You think that North Korea could launch a nuke sometime, you said, this year? The year's almost over.
Yeah, but they're not going to launch it. What I'm saying is that I believe they will use it. What they'll do is they'll either truck it somewhere into one of those tunnels, and my guess is, although the guess is supported by a little bit of intel, that if we attack across the border, God forbid, any war like that, for lots of different reasons, that they will pop that if we counterattack across the border or attack across the border. They'll put that in one of the devices in one of the tunnels and pop it. Another device in the undersea to stop any U.S. nuclear subs from getting close to the North Korean coastline. That's my guess, but we won't know until we finish our study.
Well, the big story over the last month has been, where is their leader? And he popped up last week for just a little bit.
With a limp.
With a limp. I think he's been displaced. I think they're just letting him hang around.
Well, lots of countries have puppet figures. If some are close to home. But there was an exchange of fire again, one of these perennial exchanges of fire across the border. South Koreans shot at a North Korean patrol that got too close to the demarcation line in the DMZ. And the word was on the street yesterday from the North Koreans that they will retaliate, and I quote, using unpredictable measures, unquote, in English.
Why are you so concerned, and with reason, this is a rhetorical question, with Fukushima?
Fukushima is the most catastrophic man-made disaster in human recorded history.
And nobody's saying anything about it anymore.
No, it's sort of like, it reminds me of the UFO phenomenon, and I could use other examples, but if a country can't, the leadership of a country can't do anything about something, it doesn't say anything about it, because that would telegraph the idea that the leadership is not in control, and so they say nothing. The truth is that Tokyo is preparing to move their entire populace to another country. I won't go into the details now, but Myanmar is one, and there's another country too, where because they realized, the government of Japan realized that northern Japan is finished. The genetic damage alone to northern Japan will be catastrophic. It'll be like Chernobyl or Fallujah in terms of birth defects. But the genetic damage to the rest of the planet, starting with the Pacific Ocean and the Pacific coast, are equally as catastrophic accumulatively over the years. It's an eternal situation. It can't be solved. But the Japanese government, I lived near Chernobyl when I lived in Ukraine. They're running out of funds to recap that, as you might know.
Yeah, that was a disaster. Jeez.
Well, but Fukushima has put out 4 times as much radiation, and it's nonstop. It's not capped. So I can't there's no way to overemphasize the eternal danger of Fukushima and the effects it'll have on this planet, which is one of the reasons that I want contact with higher intelligence, because I think without that, it's imperative that we have that. We're going down as a species.
And there you go. From October of this past year, talking about Ed Daines. He's a remote viewer. He predicted some future events due to his remote viewing. Talked about some things there about the future, and he was talking earlier though about the North Korea and the Korea for their. And I saw a post, and it's been shown in a lot of places about the fact that their missiles were in place, and I saw that earlier. See where I saw the end time headlines that put up somewhere here, and I'm going to look for it. It stated the same thing. There was here it is: North Korea preparing to fire nuclear. This is a posting of breaking news, which I had in my other front page. Comes out in end time headlines. Saw this yesterday. According to sources for North Korea is already to launch their nuclear war if it feels threatened. The country's ambassador to the UK told Sky News in a rare interview that the senior official told us that North Korea has nuclear weapons and is ready to use them. This comes from Korean Peninsula, and I'm not sure who I'm quoting here, but he said that is why I say if a sparkle of a fire is made on the Korean Peninsula, it will lead to nuclear war. He said, we don't say empty words, we don't mean what we mean. It is not the United States that has the monopoly on nuclear weapon strikes. And so can I just be clear? You are telling me that the North Korea has the ability now to fire a nuclear missile. I clarify anytime, yes. Now, this is pronounced his name, Hugh Hak Bong. Also, he had allegations made against the country's days after the United Nations launched yet another investigation into North Korea's human rights record. The diplomat also asked about allegations made to Sky News last year by North Korea. Living in the North Korean capital of Seoul, they claim you have been tortured and beaten in their own country. North Korea preparing. And that's just what Ed Danes was talking about in that October recording, stating that they are not going to play games. Well, why can't we do the same thing? I mean, look, I'm telling you, that's how I see it. After we got finished with World War II and we did that to Japan, tell me now, did Japan dare to mess with us after that? No. They did not. They did not dare to mess with us after that. So all of a sudden we're sitting here saying, well, okay, you're going to drop the bomb on us. We can do the same thing. If you feel that threatened, no. It must be you that's creating that threat. Not anything we're doing. I don't know. I really think that it's going to be interesting this year. Last night, that same guy that we were talking about earlier, and I'm going to play a piece of that on my Facebook page, on my YouTube, right here. I'm not thinking right here on the Way Out There show. I'm going to play a piece of this morning's last 7 days, talking about the eclipse and its threat and its significance to world events, and that this eclipse that we had last night that I posted on my Facebook page is what was being called judgment upon the nation. Judgment. And we're going to talk about that more. So tune in. We're going to be continuing that. You got Way Out There on GJRB Online. Next Friday on the Gary Russell program, I'll have that preview coming up. And a whole lot more. Take a break. Be right back. And more of Way Out There coming up on GJRB Online in just moments. So stay here. More coming up. From America's heartland, this is GJRB Clinton, Iowa.
If you are a new Christian, country, bluegrass, or jazz artist and would like your music to be played on GJRB's up-and-coming show, now's the time. Just send me an email containing an MP3 of your music, along with information of your band or solo artist. including the city and state and origin and bio to up and coming at my email address, GaryJ65@yahoo.com. Also include the name of the song or album in your email. SoundCloud listeners, this also goes for you. If you subscribe to GJRB Online in SoundCloud and your songs are on there, I would like to play them for you. Just give me permission at the same aforementioned email address and say, Gary Russin, play my song. Then listen to Up and Coming with different shows in each genre. Program schedules will be available in my new Google Plus blog, or log on to www.spreaker.com on my Gary John Russin public site for up-and-coming schedule information. Swing Time is back this spring on GJRB. This time the spotlight shines on Harry James. A child of circus performers, he started showbiz early with a desire for music at the age of 6. His trumpet sounds were the most popular of the early 40s. Harry James' story on Swing Time. Watch for it as a podcast uploaded Saturday, March 21st on GJRB's public site on Spreaker. Swing Time on GJRB. The strange, the bizarre, way out there on GJRB.
All you got to do, folks, to get into this whole bit, I didn't have my microphone on again. I can see why that group in Ohio doesn't want to listen to the show. All right.
Ladies and gentlemen.
I didn't have my mic on, so reiterating what I just said, coming up in the next half hour here on Way Out There as we get to the end of this segment, we'll have some more strange news. We'll have more talking about that story about these people that randomly fell asleep in Kazakhstan, and a whole lot more coming up. So keep it here. Way Out There continues on GJRB. You can join in and talk with me here. Sorry about the microphone bit again. Where my brain is, I don't know. I forgot to turn my mic on again. Figures. Yeah. Anyway, Be right back. I got more coming up here on Way Out There, here on GJRB.